Tonight, the King 5 investigators look into a tragic story. This thing involves a credible tip to police about a child sexual assault that went ignored. The result, a teenage girl's life changed forever.
The King 5 began investigating at the request of the victim's mother, and tonight, investigator Chris Ingalls reports on claims that police could have prevented a child rape.
At the police station in the city of Enumclaw, a man walked up to this counter and said he wanted to report something disturbing. He told an officer that a co-worker, 37-year-old Ryan Rothermel, casually admitted he was having sex with a 14-year-old girl. A quick check would have told police that Rothermel has a history of sexual deviance as written in court records.
Ryan was out and out bragging about having sex with a 14-year-old child that lived in the same residence that he did.
The young victim's mother says she was not told about the report that was filed on that day in December of 2014. No one from the police department called to alert her.
The one huge question is why? Why?
Marie asked us not to identify her to protect her daughter's identity. The single mom was renting the studio apartment above the garage of this Enumclaw house. Rothermel was living in another part of the home, which is owned by his former girlfriend, Susan Tuttle.
You know, I booted him out quite a few times, and then he came back, and I said, well, you can stay here if you work on the house, because he didn't have a job.
At some point in 2014, Rothermel started sneaking into the 14-year-old's apartment when her mother was at work, and a criminal sexual relationship formed.
To tell you the truth, I don't really think it happened, because there's no proof. And I live here. I've never seen it. I never saw anything happen.
But there was proof, lots of it, that Enumclaw police found after they actually started investigating. For some reason, the original report filed here at the police station was not forwarded to a detective until nearly 3 months later. That led to the arrest, confession, and conviction of Ryan Rothermel for child rape.
Like gut punch, just shocked.
Marie only learned of the investigation when her daughter told her she was interviewed by Child Protective Services at school. Marie raced to the Enumclaw Police Department in March of 2015 and learned of the report filed by Rothermel's co-worker in this same office 3 months earlier.
Did you ask him what happened here?
When I talked to that police officer, he indicated that they knew about it for a while, that somebody should have done something. And I was actually told by one of the officers in particular here that this was bad and this was wrong and this was their fault.
Now, Marie has filed this lawsuit against Enumclaw police. Her lawyer says things would have been very different for Marie's daughter if police took immediate action.
They never actually had sex, intercourse, until the middle of December. So had something been done right after this report was made, had the CPS been contacted or somebody went to the house, they could have stopped this.
My daughter wouldn't have been raped.
The City of Enumclaw Police Department would not talk to us about this case. In an email, the city administrator says it's still under investigation and he would comment no further. Marie says the only bright spot is the man who originally reported the crime to police.
Immediately, I did know who he was. I tracked him down and I thanked him.
She's thankful that at least one person cared.
Grateful. Very, very grateful.
Chris Ingalls, King 5 News.
Rothermel is serving a 3-year prison sentence after confessing to child rape.
The lawsuit also accuses landlady Susan Tuttle for negligence for allowing Rothermel into the home of that young victim.
One of them says,